I'm gonna rate ship sinkings because it's like my special interest right now. So these are my top 3 in order of fascination. I'm aware that these are all massive tragedies. Number 3 is the sister ship to the Titanic, the Britannic. It was originally supposed to be a luxury cruise liner, and I think the government like contributed money on the condition that they could use it come wartime. Like they could call this ship to action and transform it into whatever they wanted to carry soldiers or medical supplies or whatever. I'm pretty sure that she sank on her second tour in the Aegean Sea in like November 1916. And it was a hospital ship of like people who had been in the war and were injured. And there were so many casualties that the Britannica had to be like called upon very shortly after being laid up, which means like put out of service for a while. It hit a German mine and sank in 55 minutes. Somehow, only 30 people died. This was World War I, by the way. And over 1,000 people were rescued. Coming in at number 2 is the RMS Lusitania. Very similar situation. The ship was built as a luxury ocean liner and given money by the government to finish its like construction on the condition that they carry weapons or could be enlisted into war called upon if they needed it. So there was a secret room built that weapons were supposed to go into. I think originally it did have weapons and then eventually they were removed. At the time of its sinking, they were supposedly removed. Also during World War I. So it was targeted by a German U-boat. I think there must have been some kind of list that they were carrying weapons and they fired a torpedo at it. This ship sank in 20 minutes. Look, imagine that sinking in 20 minutes. This was like May 1915. 1,198 people died and 128 of them were Americans. So after this, everybody was like, what the fuck, Germany? And they were like, you guys had weapons on that ship. We're like, no. And Germany was like, yeah. And everybody else was like, no, Germany, fuck you. And the US was like, this is fucked up. But they still didn't join the war for like another 2 years. Coming in at number 1 right now, my favorite, the Costa Concordia. I love this sinking because I love the story of what a coward the captain was. It sank due to hitting a rock, well, partially sank, due to hitting a rock when it was doing a sail-by like near an island to give passengers a better look of like the landscape and just, you know, they paid to be on a boat for vacation and they want to see some shit. So it's very common practice. This ship is been on this route many times and it has done this sail-by many times. At the time that it was doing the sail-by, the captain wasn't driving the boat. He was with his mistress at dinner, drunk, because it was captain's night. Whoever was in charge of the ship at the time miscalculated, grazed a rock, got way too close to the shore. It's crazy how close they were compared to like where they were supposed to be. Pretty sure this is an island in Italy. So the captain is Francesco Schettino. The ship is sinking, it's getting really bad. It was completely on its side within 3 hours, which is a good amount of like time for a rescue effort to be made considering how close they are. People on this island were accepting passengers into their home and feeding them because they felt so bad for what these people had been through. Like going through a ship sinking is so traumatizing. So the captain abandons the ship with his mistress, might I add. And there's an amazing recording of the Coast Guard fucking yelling at him, saying, Schettino, get back on that ship. I need you to tell me how many people are on that ship. And he's like, no, I think I would be more helpful from here. So Schettino went to jail, obviously, or prison, because that was criminal. Only 30 people died, which is still too many considering it's a fucking cruise. And in 2012, many efforts to remove the ship have been made, but it is really hard to remove without causing more environmental damage and leaking more fuel or more harmful stuff into the area. Fish have been tested in the area and there's like traces of lead in them. It's fucking up the island. It's really bad. Fuck you, Francesco Schettino.